Hi everyone, it's Trish. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making some fun earrings, at least I hope. I want to teach you how to do paddle earrings. I don't know if you've ever seen them or tried them. They're a very simple way to make a large impact with a piece. And I really enjoy making them. They're super fun. So I'm going to show you here what we're going to do. I have some really heavy gauge wire here, and I think this is like 16, guys. That's way overkill. Okay, just letting you know. But that's what I grabbed. So I'm basically, let me measure here. We're going to cut, depending on how long you want your earring to be. I think I'm going to do maybe a 2.5 inch piece. Let's see, I'm measuring off to the side here. You can't see it, but... So I'm going to do about a 2.5 inch piece. Cut that off. I'm going to do 2 of those. I would say for reference, I would do like an 18 gauge wire. You could even do, like I said, this might even be 14 because this is really thick. But 18 would probably work just fine for you. But if you're used to working with heavier duty wires and you want to, well, you are more than welcome. So I cut those 2.5 inch lengths of wire, and I'm just going to take my metal block here and I'm going to hammer the end out. Okay, this is going to be the loud part. So I'm going to try not to talk while I'm hammering to tell you what to do, but fingers crossed on that. And all I'm doing here, guys, is I'm just hitting it directly now. Once I get it kind of flattened out, I'm going to start like taking my hammer kind of like this to splay it out some. Okay, so it's flattened out, and I'm just going to kind of roll my hammer now when I'm hitting, okay? Move this up just a smidge so you guys can see it better. And it's actually looking like it's going off to the side a little bit. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to try to take my pliers in here and kind of straighten everything out. It looks like I'm hitting off of the center, so I need to concentrate on this side of the wire, if you can see that. So let's concentrate over here and see if that works. I'm just taking my pliers and trying to give this like a straighten here. So that's a little better. So let's try working off this side and see if we can get it to come our way and kind of straighten. And I'm just hitting that and kind of rolling it toward me here. It's looking some better. It's still a little wonky, but and I'm still working that down. I'm kind of almost hitting and pressing and pulling, okay? And that's how you're going to get it to splay out for you more. Okay, let's see how we're doing. I'm just adjusting it. That's not too bad. That's certainly not the best one I've ever done. But it looks like... Let's work on that side just a smidge, okay, guys? Well, that's better. Okay, good. So this is a pretty decent one here. And again, it's much harder to work with because I have the super, super heavy gauge stuff. Not necessary. So let's do one more. I'll show you. And I'll put the sound off for you this time and just go through the process. Okay, guys, so we have our 2 paddles done here. They are splayed out for us. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take my file and I'm going to clean up those edges a little bit. Just so we're not stabbing anybody in the neck or anything with our beautiful earrings. So I'm just taking that and just going in one direction. And just taking it around the edge of my paddles here. And when you get it to the shape you want and the smoothness that you want, then you can start the next step. And I'm just going to keep going a little bit here because I keep checking it and I just want to make sure. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We'll go with that. Now let's take this one. You can see this one's much more squared off. So we're going to have a little bit more work here. Okay, so now we have those 2, and we can get to the fun part now. And I don't think I opened this up. Took the tape off it before we started, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll be right back. So what I did here with our paddles, guys, is I just slightly hammered the opposite end of this and then just punched it with my metal punch. And that's going to give you a way to link it into your ear wire. Easy enough. You could wire wrap, and you could wire wrap a loop at the top if you wanted to. That would certainly work, but this is easier. I've cut myself a piece of this beautiful artistic wire in rose, and I cut about, I don't know, 10 inches or so. And I'm just going to start at the top of this, and I'm going to lay my wire across. Actually, I think I'm going to start at the bottom because I'm right-handed, and when I work up, it's easier for me, okay? So if you're left-handed, it might be easier to go down from the top. So what I do is I like to leave the paddle exposed on the bottom, the better part of it anyway. And I lay my wire across and I just bring it around the back like so. So that gives us a nice handle. And I'm going to hold on to that handle and hold on to that wire while I'm wrapping this around, guys. Okay. So I'm going to do a couple times around, and I have got that pretty solid on there. And I'm just going to leave this handle on here the whole time I'm working. Okay, and then all you're going to do is you're going to pick up a bead. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I'm just thinking working my way up. If I want a pearl, those are going to be too big. So let's stick with the little ones. And let's do one of these beautiful rosewater rondelles. And I'm just going to lay it on there, just like so, guys. And then I'm going to give it 2 more wraps around the back to the front. And there we go. Bring it all the way to the back again. Then you can put your next bead on, and it'll lay right across the front. So let's see, what do we want next? I'm going to straighten this end out a little bit, because if your end is straight, it's going to be easier for you to pick the beads up. So let's see, one of these little crystals. Whoops. Throwing stuff, guys. Just picking that up. I'm laying that across the top there, and we're going to do 2 wraps. 1, 2, then around the back. So we're ready to lay the next bead across the front, okay? And we're just going to want to keep this straight with our paddle, okay? You don't want to let it go off to the side. You can see mine was kind of scooching off to the side there. I'm just pushing it back here just to make sure that everything is staying straight on my earring. Okay, and let's see, next. I like these little rondelles, but I want to stick with the beads, I think. Wonder if we could get away with one of those squares. If that'd be too big, let's look at it. Because I really like the cathedral beads. They're really pretty. Yeah, that's going to probably be a bit much in there. Let's see. kind of finagling it to give it a little bit of area over here to bend on the side. Yeah, I don't like that. That's a little big. So we're just going to stick with our little rondelles here. And I'm just going to go back in and straighten this out, guys, because then that bead won't go on if we don't. And I think maybe we'll just stick with doing it every other on these beads. It will be the simplest thing to do. So I just put another one of those rose water colored ones on. 2 wraps around. And then back around to the back, not the front. Back around the back to the front so we can add our next bead. Okay, so we've got that. 1, 2, and back. And let's see, I think I'm going to do, let's see, that's 4. Let's do one more rosewater bead because I like odd numbers on my pieces. I think it gives them a little bit more balance. So we're going to lay another one of those rose waters across the top, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3 to finish. How do you think? Would you like those, guys? I think those are cool looking. That's cool, isn't it? Sometimes I just surprise myself. So I'm just going to take my flush cutters along the back here, and I'm going to give a snip. And I'm just going to take my little tweezer pliers, and I'm just going to make sure that I have the burrs pressed down. I'm debating, I think I'm going to do one more loop around here in the bottom because, you know, we have 3 at the top, so I'm going to do 3 at the bottom. So let's snip that. And push that burr down. So there you go, guys. There's one. Finished. Now, the other thing you could do, you could flatten it like this and punch a hole in the bottom as well and put a little dangle if you wanted to. That would certainly work. You know, it's just however you want to use them. But let's put a little ear wire on this one and see how we look. I got these really cute flower ear wires, but we are going to have to, because I don't think they open up. No, they don't. We're going to have to put a couple jump rings. So we will do that with some little oval jump rings so it doesn't make it too long. Okay. And then I'm just going to open those up. And hook it through the on top of the paddle. Okay. And I guess what it looks like, we're going to have to do 2 because we're going to want one going the other way so we can put it through the bottom of the ear wire correctly, the right direction. So there you go. And we'll just put it on here. You could just put it, you know, just put one jump ring on and move it right into onto a different kind of ear wire. That would be easy enough, but there you go, guys. I think that's super cute. Okay, I'm going to work on getting our other one done, and then I'm going to come back and show you the finished results. Okay, guys, so I finished the second earring here, and I am super happy with these. I just think they are adorable, and that pink wire just really makes it. So I hope you enjoyed this today, guys. It was super fun making these with you. Let me know in the comments if you like this, if you like to see more wire work. If not, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.